Last Breath is directed by Alex Parkinson, who also directed the documentary that this film is based on, and it stars a great trio of actors, including Woody Harrelson, Simu Liu, and Finn Cole. And this film was a true story about seasoned deep-sea divers who battle the raging elements to rescue their crewmate trapped hundreds of feet below the ocean surface. I can't lie to you guys. When I first saw the trailer for this movie, I legit thought it looked good, and it looked very intense. And it said, like, when it said, like, underwater director of photography in the opening credits for this movie, I was like, is this one practical? And it looked quite practical in the movie. So want to get that out of the way first. It looked pretty real. So I walked into this one with pretty modest expectations. Reviews started off pretty strong for this film, and I was like, okay, let's see what we got. And I walked out of this one pretty happy. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. Now, first off, let me get this out of the way. Like I said a little bit ago, the effects, the underwater sequences, they look very realistic. It looks beautiful. Like, the camera work and all that, the cinematography, like, that looks absolutely amazing on the big screen. Like, this is one of those films that I actually think is an experience in the theater. I mean, sure, it might be also one of those films that people can say, people do say it's like, I prefer to see it in theaters, but you can still enjoy it at home. But with this beautiful cinematography and the way this movie looks, like, visually, I think this one is actually a must-watch in theaters. Is that to say this film was perfect? No, but we will get into my issues here in a little bit. But like I said, the cinematography looks amazing. The sound design and the sound mixing, the sound editing, all fantastic. And those people deserve a round of applause for what they were able to do. I'm very proud of the sound people behind this film. They did a great job at this. Like, and it feels very real, like, when you're underwater with these guys. Like, it feels very realistic. Like, you are gripping your seat and you're on the edge of your seat, because once the umbilical cord snaps, when they're underwater, like, it starts to go pretty crazy and you really don't know what's going to happen. Like, you're there gripping your seat and you're hoping that the guy that it's based around will make it out alive, who is played here by Finn Cole, who, might I say, was fantastic in this movie. Now, yeah, he is really, really good in this movie. He is definitely the heart and soul of this film, along with Woody Harrelson and Simu Liu. Woody Harrelson, when is it not great to see Woody Harrelson in a movie? Like, Woody Harrelson is one of the most likable people in Hollywood. He is such a likable guy. Whenever it comes to him in films, you think of stuff like Zombieland. You know, who doesn't love Woody Harrelson? Like, it was great to see him in this kind of movie, and he did a fantastic job. Simu Liu has really been stepping up the game after Shang-Chi. Like, he has proven himself to be a really, really good actor, and he did a really, really good job here. The other performers, for the ones that are actually controlling the ship, also do a really good job as well. Like I said, this film is very intense. It's very gripping. It keeps you on the edge of your seat. And it is a really well-told story. And you feel like the director actually really does get the story. Because, like I said, he directed a documentary that this movie is based on. And you can tell that this guy that directed this film knows what the story is and what actually happened. So I got to give mad props for the studio finding a guy who can actually tell this story correctly. And it is a really well told story. Now, is this to say that this is a perfect film? No. Like I said before, this film does have its issues. First off, I think this film does take a little bit to get going. Even though this film does sit at 93 minutes, it still does feel like it takes a bit to get going. Like, there was kind of a point where I was like, ooh, this is kind of worrying. But once they go underwater in the like 300 feet below the surface. Like once they go underwater, then that's when I'm like, okay, starting to pick up steam here. And like I said, once the umbilical cord snaps, that's when this film really does become like a edge of your seat kind of thriller. So, but yeah, it does take a little bit to get going. And honestly, my biggest issue with this movie, I think the three main characters, even though the performances are great, I think they feel a little underdeveloped, in my opinion. I think we could have used a little bit more runtime to kind of give them a bit more development. But I don't know. It feels like a really simple 90-minute thrill ride, which I think it did its job well. It's just, I really do feel like we really needed a bit more development with our three main characters, because you don't really focus much on the other divers, like besides our main three. But like I said, once stuff really starts to happen and really starts to kick into full gear, like I said, that's when I think this film starts to become really good. So this film is not without its issues, but it is a very good film. It is a really well told story. Got great sound mixing, sound design, great cinematography, and really good performances. I really do think that Last Breath is a must see in the movie theater, just to see the beautiful cinematography on screen. It's a really good movie. So if you guys don't really have much else to do this weekend and you guys are looking for a movie to go see that you might actually end up being surprised by, I would choose this one. Go check this one out. It's a really solid film. I think you guys might enjoy this one. I'm going to give Last Breath a B+. Yeah, go see this one in theaters this weekend, you guys. If you're into this kind of movie, I think you'll really enjoy this one. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys thought of Last Breath. If you guys got a chance to see it, did you agree with me? Do you not? Please let me know all of that down in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button down below and that notification bell right next to it. Hit that thumbs up and share this video. You guys know what to do. Anyways, guys, that's it for me tonight, you guys. I'm out of this one. Peace!